What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to RDNA. I am Mr. Williams. As you can see behind me, what the topic is for today, we're going to be talking about the king of R&B and the king of pop, Mr. Michael Jackson. Earlier this week on Wednesday, R.Kelly gave an interview with Gayle King on CBS this morning. And he came out swinging, defending himself against the sexual abuse allegations that are pending against him. And he made some revelations. I'm saying? One of the revelations that he made is that he felt that his wife, R.Kelly, was out, ruining his name. And that's the first thing I wanted to address. I think later on after the interview with Gayle King, R.Kelly was taken into custody for failure to pay child support. R.Kelly owed his ex-wife like over $100,000 in child support. Now, that's a monetary reason to appear in that documentary. I will give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure that, like I said in my previous video, and I'm sure Lifetime cut a whole bunch of checks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't just go in there and sit down because they were hoping this was going to end with R.Kelly in trial. They was hoping, everybody's hoping this ends with R.Kelly in jail maybe, but definitely in civil court, owing a whole bunch of money that, according to him, he don't even have. So that's that, So I do believe that there's a lot of people out there trying to cash in on R. Kelly, just like I believe there's people right now trying to cash in on the late Michael Jackson. But I'll get into that in a moment. We're going to stick to Kells right now. But, in the interview, he was really animated, defending himself. A lot of people criticize him, because of the animation. And I totally understand that, R. Kelly, 52 years old, he know better than jumping up and, screaming up and down, in that woman's face like that. He know better than that. He been in the public spotlight for 20 years performing on stages. And I can see where some people would say that, he was performing on Wednesday. On Wednesday morning, he's performing in front of Gayle King. But, the universal opinion is that, Gayle King did a great job in conducting the interview, and for full disclosure's sake, I did not watch the complete interview. I watched clips of it as much as I could stomach because, like I said, I'm not a person who is out to watch a train wreck. You know what I'm saying? And right now, this situation with R. Kelly is a train wreck, mainly for R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? For commentators and people who are trying to get clicks and stuff like that. It is, what I'm saying? I feel like if you bring in something new and fresh to it, what I'm saying? I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not a lawyer, what I'm saying, or a prosecutor or any of that. I do have my opinion. I believe that R. Kelly is, of course, guilty of some of this stuff, and there's some stuff he isn't. But now, at this point, it doesn't really matter because a lot of this stuff is baked into the cake, And just for a moment, I'm going to segue into Michael Jackson, as I say, baked in the cake, because Michael Jackson faced sexual abuse allegations twice, I think in 1994 and then in the 2000s when he went to court and was acquitted ultimately. So here we are, 2019. Michael Jackson would have been dead 10 years. Will have been dead 10 years in June of this year. And here we are, two adult men now claiming that Michael Jackson, sexually molested, sexually abused them when they were young boys. A lot of people, they've done a documentary, called Leaving Neverland. And, a lot of people have really been moved by this documentary. They, from what I understand, is the stories that they're telling are very graphic. And they paint a terrible picture of Michael Jackson and his relationship with these two men. These two men now, but boys then at the time. And again, like Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, both icons in the music world. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, one of the greatest R&B artists of all time, and Michael Jackson, clearly, you know what I'm saying, the king of pop, up until the time of his passing. So, I feel like Michael is more, I feel like this is a money grab. You know what I'm saying? Because both of those guys have also said that Michael Jackson had never did anything to them at different times, on multiple occasions. But, and they do have a lawsuit pending against the estate. The guy Wade Robinson, I don't trust that cat. I don't think he's honorable. He's an honorable guy at all. But we'll see how it all plays out. But us as the public, I think we need to keep our thinking caps on, you know, because I understand the Me Too movement and, you know, mute this, take away that, you know, I mean, we can't just, we have to use a little bit more critical thinking, you know. I get the whole thing, you know, believe the victims, but sometimes, man, you have to scrutinize, because Michael Jackson's not here to defend himself. Now, R. Kelly, he's here to defend himself. He went on TV, he tried to, and made a complete fool of himself. But Michael Jackson is not going to get out of that Woodlawn Cemetery and say anything on his behalf. You know, Oprah Winfrey just paraded these two dudes on TV, you know, and just let them say whatever they want to say. Michael's not here to defend himself. Out of all the employees that worked at Neverland, they had one maid, one housekeeper, you know. And hey, all it takes is one, but hey, one person can change the world. But let's say, you know, so you're saying one person out of 400 has integrity, just one. Just one person out of 400 saw something. I highly doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I can't outrightly say that these dudes are lying, because I wasn't there. But what I do know is Michael Jackson has never brought nothing but joy into my life personally. You know, I never met Michael Jackson. As far as I'm concerned, he's a great artist. You know, did some of the things that he did. Would I want to hang out with other kids that weren't mine? No. But I also grew up. I went through a normal childhood, regular childhood experiences, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I can't call that. Did he put himself in a position to be, you know, seen in a certain light? Of course he did. You know, we can't deny that. You know, but I'm not going to try to be a psychologist and see if I can hop in this dude's mind. You know, and I think it's unfair for us as the public to come out and just all have, we all locked in this period of groupthink with topics that involve, you know, these types of issues. You know, because Michael Jackson's never gonna have another day in court. He's never gonna be able to defend himself again. You know, so it is more than unfair that we would allow this man to be crucified in the public and out here like this, and he ain't here to defend himself. You know, and all these things have been put out there into the public, and he went to court for and got acquitted. And that dude, Wade Robertson, said Michael Jackson never did anything to him during that time. So there you have it. You know, but as far as R. Kelly, like I was saying, R. Kelly's gonna have his day in court. You know, like I said, I've always said this. I'm sure all this shit ain't true, but I'm sure a lot of it is true. And at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you on tape, and pretty much just from the last time, everybody believed that it was you on the tape the first time. So if they had a tape with you on it this time, there is no way that I believe, or that you really believe, that you're going to walk into court and walk out. So like I said, I'm still of the opinion, you know, that R. Kelly is still going to end up taking a plea deal of some sort. Now, what kind of, because I do believe he's going to do some jail time this time around. There's not going to be no walking out of court this time. I don't believe it, you know. And I don't say that with no kind of malice. You know what I'm saying? I just say that that's the way the ball bounces. You know, and I don't think he's gonna catch a break this time. But I know you should probably stay your ass off TV though, unless you learn how to just sit still and answer questions. But it's Mr. Williams, this is RDNA. Until next time, peace.